Sofia, vieni sopra capo. 1, 2 e 3.
Allora, if you like, sit down for a minute, okay? Rest
You want
your
to try
feet
taking
for
a
a
picture
while.
of us sitting down back or something?
Allora, this is the large theater. This is the one I was pointing when we were down there, you remember? So this is the place where 5,000 spectators were sitting at the time. The stage was down there, where you see the gap. At the time was again a wooden stage. Which is the difference with the other one? Well, you see the size, first of all. This is larger. This is older. I told you before, this is much older. This is the 2nd century before Christ. And this was not for music. They didn't play any music at all because the sound was not as good as in the smaller theater, because this theater was open, no roof like the other one, okay? What they did, they opened a canvas on the top, like the Colosseum in Rome. And that's why you see there are those sticks by the wall. Imagine the wall all the way around with the same sticks. The sticks were to support the canvas above the theater. So it was just a way to shelter people actually. On the stage, only actors, so only men, okay, acting, dressing up as women, by the way, and wearing masks on their face. And that's the place where they perform the plays like tragedies, comedies, mimes, pantomimes. You know, was not the gladiator fights. This is not like the Colosseum in Rome. We do have, by the way, an amphitheater as well in Pompei. It's on the other side of the city. It's not as big as the Colosseum, much smaller. And it's oval, so it's like two of these together. This is a theater, and that's the difference. The theater is a semicircle. The amphitheater is two theaters together. That's why we call amphitheater. Amphi means double theater. The amphitheater in Pompei had 20,000 seats, and that's how they estimated the population of Pompei. It is not as well preserved as the Colosseum you may have seen in Rome, but I have to tell you because it's older than the Colosseum. So the Colosseum in Rome was built after Christ, 72 years after Christ, when Pompei was a Roman colony. The amphitheater in Pompei is pre-Christ. It was built by Romans, but in the 80s before Christ. So not as big, not as beautiful as the Colosseum, but older than the one. This is older than both, by the way, because this was built in the pre-Roman time, as the Greeks did, built on the slope of the hill. Now, you see the white down there? That's marble, and that's original. Please try to imagine, the theater had all marble seats. Can you imagine how bright? All travertino marble. What happened? The marble was found, of course, but was taken away, it was stolen in the past. And they reused in the palaces, in the churches, everywhere. And at the time was all marble seats. This theater has been rebuilt 10 years ago, because in summertime here they do concerts. So if you're here in July and August at night, it's possible to enjoy concerts here. The way in is from the foyer over there. And that's why you see there are numbers. You see there are numbers on the seats, you see the lights. It's all modern because in summertime they use and people can come here at night. The back wall of the stage was much higher. To give you an idea, was as high as the wall with the sticks. And the wall was all the way round. So imagine what collapsed. It was much higher and a lot collapsed under the weight of the volcanic stuff. Now, let's go to see another section of Pompei. Andiamo.
Nãy đó mình thấy chưa vậy?
Chưa.
Coming from Rome. The weather has been nice in the last days.
Yeah.
Even March has been nice down here. Quite unusual because sometimes it's very changeable and we have more rain, but not this year. That means, I don't don't know how good is for the next month, you know, because usually when March and April they're so sunny, so beautiful, then May and June they're nice, they're bad and rainy too. Yeah, May June are supposed to be the best, but now with weather changes, it's not like that all the time. Every year is different. So when you travel from down here, you just need to be very lucky. Here we go.
Look at this. Oh boy.
Allora, this is all the section of Pompei. If you look on the left, you see there are some stairs. That's the base of a temple. Over there was what we call the Doric temple. Doric because there were pillars with the Doric style capital. The capital is the top of the column, like this, you see? When you find just a square, a square block as the top here, that's the Doric style. When you see different with the 2 volt, you may have seen in Rome with the 2 volt, okay? That's the Ionic. When you see the fancy top of the pillar with the acanthus with the flower sleeves, you know, that's the Corinthian. It's all Greek. Okay, so we do have a Greek influence here, and don't forget Romans fell in love with the Greek culture. So they conquered the Greeks, but they were conquered by the Greek culture. So they copied everything was Greek. Even the gods, they had the same gods. What they did was giving different names. So they even copied the gods, the Greek gods. Zeus was called Jupiter, Aphrodite was called Venus, were just the same divinities, just giving different names. Now the temple over there is important because it's just the base, not much left as you see. But this is supposed to be one of the older temples in Pompei. So Greek time, I mean that means 500 years before Christ. The pillars here, they're original. Again, they put the blocks back together. The statues, nothing to do with the Pompei, the modern ones. But we do have 2 marble pieces. We need to have a look.
Đẹp quá ha.
Now you see lots of trees here, but 2,000 years ago, not much green in the city. Here you need to imagine marble on the floor, but we don't have marble left. So in Pompei, in the city of Pompei, there were no parks, public parks, as we do have now. Okay, they had the green, they had the garden, but in the houses. So you never found a public park for everybody. So these are trees, they're quite young. Now, can you see there's a marble base here? That's a plinth. On the top there was a statue. We have the statue. The statue is in the Museum of Naples. I didn't tell you yet, but what they consider the best, the most valuable stuff is not in Pompei anymore, but is in the Archaeological Museum in Napoli. So, I mean, bronze statues, the few marble found, the jewelry, the coins, the best frescoes, that's all in the Archaeological Museum. Which is good because, you know, this place is all open, and that's a big problem. It's all open because, and it's exposed to the elements, so it's better to have stuff preserved in an indoor place. There was a statue of, look at the inscription, which is modern, by the way. Modern people we're not very good as the ancient ones. Claudio Marcello, the inscription. And look at the mistake. At the time they could never make something like that. Claudius Marcellus was Caesar Augustus' nephew. Not far from the Colosseum, you may have seen a larger theater in Rome, which is called the Marcellus Theater. Same guy, to give you an idea. Patrono means patron, protector of the town. Nice to see even the marble fountain here, and this is original. They put the fragments of marble together, and there was here a lovely decoration. You will see a few more later on. There's a big storage in the forum, but we do have pieces like this which were found all over, and all in marble. Now, let's go to another station.